everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel called Getting Bored with Manisha. We are now reviewing the two folktales from Jharkhand. One is about the origin of Santhal community, and all our facts are from the stories that my Naniji told me. So some facts can be wrong, but if you found it wrong, please comment it down and correct me. And the second story is about the Karma Puja that happens in our tribal folk, as well as some Hindus do it. So before starting, I would introduce Jaya. Jaya, could you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jaya. I'm Manisha's friend.
Best friend.
Yeah.
Best friend. Okay. So we will start. Get started. So long before written history, so before starting, I would like to tell you that this is like a folk tale which tell about the origin of Santhal, like the Chota Nagpur plateau where Jharkhand is. It has many tribal groups, and Santhal is one of them tribal
It's a
group.
tribal group.
Yeah, so like in Hindu mythology, we have how humans were born, like Vishnu ji thing. I'm not correct here, but some like how human evolution happen and all those things in different religion we have. So this in Santhal, like they tell how humans were formed, how human evolved, and how different tribal group in Jharkhand and Chota Nagpur plateau got originated.
So is it basically about the origination of human or just the Santhal community?
It's about the origination of human, and then they like basically
How
focus
they
on
came on. Okay.
yes, yeah, based on that. So long before written history, the tribals of Chota Nagpur plateau in what is now Jharkhand passed their history down not through books but through voices around fires during festival from grandparents to grandchildren. Today, I want to tell you two of those stories. The first explain where the Santhal people believe they came from, and the second explain why every autumn tribal communities across Jharkhand still dance around a tree branch late into a night. So we will begin with the first one. So some name pronunciation could be wrong, but I'm sorry for that. So in the beginning, Santhal says there was no land at all. Only water, endless water stretching in every direction with sky pressing down on top of it. In the watery emptiness lived Thakurju, the supreme god, alone, along with a few lesser spirits. And Thakurju wanted something the world did not yet have, living beings who could walk and speak and know him. So he saved two birds out of damp clay, a goose and a gander, which the Santhal call Hus and Hasil. He held these clay birds close to himself and gave them life. The birds opened their eyes, they were alive. So he made two birds in the initial.
He didn't save them. He made them.
He made them. He made
With
them
clay.
out of clay and
Okay.
then just gave them life.
And he used to live within waters.
Yes. So he's like Thakurji. I think he's the god. I think. Yeah.
Fish god.
Yeah, maybe. But the birds had nowhere to land. There was no ground anywhere, just water and water. So they flew and flew, searching for what some versions of the story says was 12 long years, exhausted, wing aching, and nowhere to rest. Then Thakurju saw their suffering and decided to make them a home. He asked the creature of the deep to help him raise land up out of the water. One by one, he tried a crab, a fish, a prawn, a crocodile. And one by one, they failed. Every time they scooped, cut my WhatsApp reloading, but yeah. Oh, I downloaded. What happened? Okay. Every time they yeah. So
ये करूँ?
yeah. A prawn, a crocodile, and one by one they failed. Every time they scooped up mud from below, the water simply washed it away before they could bring it to the surface. So finally, it was the humble earthworm who found a way. It swallowed the mud far below and carried it up inside its own body and released it above the water. Bit by bit, patiently, until there was finally a small solid patch. Then Thakurji called on a tortoise and had it float beneath the little island of mud so it wouldn't sink under its own weight. In some people also say that there was a great serpent called Sesnag who spread beneath even the tortoise, cradling the whole fragile island so it wouldn't tip and down. So that is how Earth was
Oh,
formed, the land.
first the turtle, then the land.
Earthworm took like the mud from beneath the ocean and put it on the top of tortoise back, and people say that there was a sea snake as well, some version of it, not my nanny's version, but that sea snake was under tortoise, so the land became bigger. Like
Okay, Sheshnak, then turtle, then
Then-
some mud.
yes. So finally, and that's how slowly, through failure after failure and persistence of a smallest creature, is how Earth was formed. So this is how Earth was made, and now we will see how humans were made. The two birds, Hus and Hasil, finally had somewhere to land. Thakurji planted grass and trees on their new island, and the bird built a nest and settled in. Soon the female bird laid 2 eggs. Thakurji watched over those eggs carefully. Some versions say he even had to protect them from other creatures who tried to eat them. So I think there were other fish, ocean creature, like maybe like some fish and all those things, but not land creature, I guess.
There were no land creatures yet.
Not yet. There was birds. That is
Birds and the fishes.
yes, yeah. And when the eggs finally hatched, something extraordinary happened. Out of them came not birds but two human children, a boy and a girl. These are Pilchu Haram and Pilchu Budhi. I could be wrong with the name, but this is what my nani told me. So,
Are the names of the people?
yes, the name of the boy and the girl.
Pilchu Haram.
Pilchu Haram and Pilchu Budhi.
Oh, Pilchu
Budhi.
Okay.
So, the first man and first woman, the ancestor of every Santhal who would ever live.
Adam and Eve of Santhals.
Yeah, right. I don't know, do we have for Hindu something like that? I know we have
They
sis.
have rishis, I guess.
yeah.
Rishis came from tummy.
There are 7 rishis, I know that's how our gotras are made, but that is what I know. I don't know about the female part though. Yeah. Thakurji cared for them like a father. He gave the goose and the gander cotton wool and told them to squeeze out juices of whatever fruit they ate, soak the cotton in it, and feed it to the children drop by drop. So they would grow strong, and they did grow into the first adult men and women in this world. In this time, Pilchu Haram and Pilchu Budhi had many children of their own. In most versions, 7 sons and 7 daughters. The son lived with their father hunting in the forest, and the daughter lived with their mother gathering fruit and firewood. For years, the two groups lived apart in different forests, not even recognizing each other anymore. So they
The female and the male.
yes,
Okay.
they went their separate way. So you may now know what's going to happen next.
I don't.
They live. Okay, it's okay.
It's a mystery to me.
Then one day, the sons, now grown men, out hunting, heard singing in the distance. They followed the sound and found a group of young women dancing under a banyan tree, gathering flowers. They didn't recognize them as a sister. So the young men and the women began meeting. Their day after day, they fell in love. Now, and so the son married the daughter, the eldest to eldest, youngest to youngest, without knowing that they were marrying their own sibling. It was only when Pilchu Haram and Pilchu Budhi went looking for their missing children, they finally found that they were married, like the kids were married.
They married on their first meeting.
Not in the first meeting, they were meeting and meeting, like they started meeting, and then
Their parents weren't aware.
their parents weren't aware, like they are meeting someone. There's something almost unbearably human about the moment in the story. Not the Treham, but quietly devastating. Different versions handle it differently. In some, the brothers are so ashamed and enraged when they learn the truth that Thakurji had to hide them away in the cave to protect them from their own fury. That is like some versions say. In other, elders just simply declare that this is the last thing that ever happened. No siblings can marry each other, like that was what they said, and that law became like the foundation of Santhal clan as of right now, like no sibling marriage.
Oh.
So the kids that came out of all these 7 couples are the 7 clans of Santhal people. So Santhal is upper umbrella, and then there are 7 clans that are in different tribal groups. So
Okay.
so I could say the name wrong, but I would still say the 7 clans name. One is Hansda, Murmu, Kisku, Hembrum, Marandi, Soren, and Tudu. These are
Is Draupadi Murmu from one of the clans?
maybe she is Santhali, but yeah, maybe yeah. She is is tribal.
Tribal.
I know that. And she is from Chhattisgarh, and Chhattisgarh in Chota Nagpur. She's from Odisha, isn't it? People will kill me if the name. I hope she is from Odisha.
Bad GK.
Yeah, Odisha. She is like somewhere.
It's around the same area,
Yeah.
anyways.
Uh, so these are the names of Santhal families which they still carry. So see, they carry it as their surname, like these. It's a strange story to sit with, equal part tender and unsettling. But that's often what real origin myth looks like. Not clear, not heroic, but full of the same confusion, love, and moral reckoning that mark actual human history. So one thing more about these kind of stories that come from tribal people and folk tales are they're not written up. So as I tell you, it keeps
Orally.
changing. Yeah. So I never read it in any book. Like my nani ji told me, so that is how I know it. And if it's wrong, we will blame her.
Yeah.
I don't know. So now we will go to the second story. Are you ready for the second story?
Excited.
Okay. so,
Ooh.
so we will be talking about Karma Puja. So to all the Jharkhandis that are watching this, maybe many of the Jharkhandi doesn't know about this. So Jharkhand population, to tell you, like it's like 50-50%, like 50% are tribal and 50% are Bihar immigrant that has come. So who are like, my family is completely like Jharkhand family, like because we came from Jammu and Kashmir back in 1700 or 1500, and since then we have been living in Jharkhand, not Bihar Jharkhand, but our Jharkhand. So we are very close to tribal people. We celebrate their culture. So I grew up celebrating Karma Puja. It's a Santhali puja, but we Hindus also do it. We do it for
I
brother.
think I have heard about Karni Puja.
Karni. Oh, that is like Rajasthan, maybe. Like that's Rajasthani Rajput do it, or like I don't know. But yeah, not many Jharkhandi folks from Jharkhand will know about this story, because I remember talking to my best friend Sheetal or talking to other people, like their origin were Bihar, like Sheetal's origin is from Bihar and she doesn't know about this story. So only people who are like 4 or 5 generation in Jharkhand and maybe they lived in Jharkhand, like tribal people area like Khunti or like Gumla, Palamu, things like that, they will know about this, not the Ranchi folks. So
It's different than Chat.
it's different, completely different from Chhat. Chhat is more Bihar origin. Not. So to all my Jharkhandi folks. So now a very different kind of story. One that isn't about the beginning of the world, but about a lesson learned the hard way. This is the lesson behind Karma Puja, one of the most widely celebrated festival among the Oraon and Munda, Ho and Santhal communities of Jharkhand. Still observed every year in the late August and September. To correct it, Hindus also celebrate it. So very less, but Hindus does. Once the story goes, there were 7 brothers who lived together in a household. 6 of them worked in the field every single days, from the morning until evening, without rest. The youngest brother stayed at home. Each day, the wives of 6 elder brothers would carry lunch out to the field so their husband wouldn't have to walk back and lose working time. It was a small, steady rhythm of duty, the kind you don't notice until it breaks. So, almost like our job.
Yeah, I think if you are habituated with the system,
Yeah.
if there's sudden changes in that system, it finally forces you to notice that.
Yes, I agree. One day it broke. The woman, along with the youngest brother, had gathered in the courtyard around a karma tree branch that had been planted there. They began to sing, they began to dance, and they were lost themselves completely in the drum beat, the moment of joy. That the hours slipped by unnoticed, lunch was never carried to the field. So they forgot, yeah, while dancing and singing. The sixth
The women of the family.
and the youngest brother. There were
Ah.
7 brothers. So yeah. The sixth brother worked the entire day hungry, and when they finally came back at evening, tired and irritated, what they found waiting for them wasn't something like sorry. It was their wives and their youngest brother still dancing, still singing, glowing with joy around the same branch. Consider you are working, and I forgot to give you lunch. She would kill me. No, see.
Maybe a bit.
But yeah, they were very angry. Um, something in eldest brother snapped in their anger and hunger. Sorry, they tore the karma branch out of the ground and hurled it into the river.
What's the karma brand?
So karma is a tree, karma tree. So
Oh.
karma branch is like
Is
branch.
it a popular brand or popular tree?
I don't think
Like,
so.
have you ever seen a karma tree?
I used to worship karma tree, so I have seen it, but it's not that popular. They bring it from jungle.
Oh, like
Yeah.
I haven't ever heard of it.
Yeah, because maybe you haven't even heard about sal tree or something. They are very like Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh or thing, like not like widespread India. And then after they tore up the tree, everything in their family began to tore apart. Their crops started failing, their harvest shrank, sickness and poverty crept into the household that had once been full and secure. The prosperity that they had, took it for granted for years simply drained away, piece by piece, and no one could explain why. The youngest brother, ashamed and afraid, eventually left home. He wandered from village to village and along the way met the wise man, a Brahmin. In most version of the story, who listened to what had happened and understood immediately, Brahmin. In most version of the story, who listened to what had happened and understood immediately, it is Karma Devta. Okay, sorry. Now, what the book says is that the youngest brother just left the home and went searching for the wise man.
Mm-hmm. He
And-
was aware that there's a wise man.
He
out
wasn't.
there.
He wasn't. He was just telling the story like this is what is happening to my family. My brother tore up the karma tree, and this is what started happening. So then he met a Brahmin. But in some stories, they say that they don't mention him as Brahmin. They say it was a karma devta, like some incarnation or something. The wise man told, the spirit of the tree you threw away, you have insulted him, and he has withdrawn his blessing from your house. You must find him and make it right. So that is what he said. So the youngest brother searched and eventually he found a karma branch again, floating some say in the river or a distant sea. He worshipped it there with real humility, this time asking forgiveness. Then he carried the story home and told his brother everything. From that day forward, the family begins worshipping the karma tree with proper reverence every year without fail, and slowly their prosperity returned. The single act of carelessness and the long road back from it is why, to this day, communities across Jharkhand still walk into the forest each autumn, cut a branch from the karma tree with real ceremony, carry it home to the beat of drum, plant it at the center of the village, and dance around it through the night. It is called karma nach. Unmarried girls fast beforehand and grow small seedling as offering. A village priest tell this very story out loud to everyone gathered before the dancing began, so that no one forgets the lesson those 7 brothers learned. So one more thing I would like to add. So in our village, whenever we do karma puja, we are supposed to wear shari.
Oh.
Shari is what? So I used to bother my mother, like I want to wear shari because that's the only event and it's done for your brother. So I do it for my brother, and brothers can also do for brothers. Like it's not gender specific,
Oh.
and even the sibling, like sisters.
But it's not usually done for sisters.
I don't think so, but my nani she used to say that they do it for you as well. I don't know whether she was right or wrong, but she was like, no, see, they are doing so. But I remember one thing, you don't have to drink or eat anything. So if you drink water, my buddy mummy used to say that your diya will flicker, and that will show people that you have drunk water. So I used to get worried so much that my diya was. I used to hide my diya like this and light, because I was like, I used to drink water, so I used to hide and drink water. And I used to say that I did not.
Oh, I think in Bhai Dooj also, until you do that ceremony,
Yeah.
you have to keep your fast.
I think so. And Karma Puja is so fun. Like we play Jhumar around, and we also go across all the village and dance around everybody's house. I find it very.
Is it a community event, like everyone, your neighbors and all have a single tree, or your family have a particular tree and your family do the dancing?
No, it's a community event. So one tree or two tree max, and that is like.
Oh.
And we also wear some kind of flower on our ears.
Oh.
So it's a very fun. So now I would like to ask Jaya, what did you learn from two stories?
I think the second story, I feel it's a great story, and it's a good way to have a community event and people gathering around, celebrating stuff, looking pretty while doing that. And the first one, yeah, I think it's a the first story. It's a weird story. I honestly think. Cut. And the first story, it's a great story to like have a theory of how humans originated, which is not true actually, because we came from evolution. I believe in that. But like it's true that Earth was, I think like Earth was covered with water, and like there was so much rain during the initial formation of Earth that there was only water, and life did came from water itself. So yeah, it's a good story with some kind of parallelism to real events.
Yeah, I agree. Second, I relate more because I celebrated that. First one was like my Naniji told long back, but it was a nice story. We'll come up with next folk tales pretty soon. But thanks for watching, and to everyone watching, Johar Jharkhand, and bye bye.
Bye.
Have fun. Bye.